Y'all get ready?
Yes, you get ready.
If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.
Hey Tea Sippers, I hope you guys are doing good today. So it is going down. And once again, your girl T-Girl Damas strikes, okay? So if you guys remember a few videos ago, I told you guys that the Amazon workers were preparing to strike and that you needed to buy your Christmas presents and everything else that you need on Amazon, you know, fairly quickly because they would be going on strike. I believe that Amazon is taking a page not only out of the longshoremen who had decided to strike earlier this year. If you guys remember back in July, the UPS drivers also went on strike as well, and they were able to get their negotiations. So I believe that Amazon workers are going for the same thing. On top of Amazon workers striking, so are Starbucks employees as well. I don't drink Starbucks personally. I'm a tea girl, okay? If you know what I mean. So I'm not into coffee, but you know, a lot of people are. So understand that they are also on strike as well. So we're going to go ahead and just watch some videos, watch different reactions and commentary concerning the strike and everything that's going on social media.
It couldn't come at a worse time. Amazon drivers at 10 distribution centers across the USA are on strike. And now everyone wants to know, will your Christmas packages arrive on time? Here at the Amazon Fulfillment Center in Queens, New York, union members blocked off the exit. And here we are 6 days before Christmas. That is why this action is taking place. I'm assuming you're doing it near the holidays for a purpose.
Absolutely. It's all about leverage. This company continues to violate these workers' rights.
Police were on the scene with a warning.
If you remain in the roadway and refuse to utilize the sidewalk, you will be placed under arrest and charged with disorderly conduct.
This Teamster was handcuffed and placed in the back of a police van. Shouts of "let him go" were called out as cops removed another driver from his vehicle. The strike began in 4 states: New York, Georgia, California, and Illinois. And there are fears it could spread elsewhere. If your package is delayed during the holidays, you can blame Amazon's insatiable greed, says the Teamsters president. But Amazon says Christmas packages will arrive on time.
I've seen some insane stuff during this Amazon strike, but this might take the cake. Amazon's management unleashed a flood of water on their employees who are striking for the right to a union in freezing temperatures.
Amazon is retaliating in absolutely an unlawful way, and they're breaking the law. I don't know what law they're breaking, but this is the law they're breaking, and it's going down into the 20s tonight.
What the hell is wrong with Amazon managers? Where is Jeff Bezos finding these sociopaths to run his facilities? They're like, hey, we don't give our employees health care anyways, might as well give them all hypothermia. Who cares about these kind, hardworking people who create every cent of wealth that this company has? All that matters to us is money. Other human beings? What's that? Also notice how when the strikers do something illegal, they are immediately pounced on and arrested by the police. But when the company does something illegal and tries to flood people, the police look the other way. Because they are nothing except tools for protecting the ruling class and their private property. Wink, wink, wink. This dude, Jeff Bezos, and his company are beyond parody at this point. If you still support them, then you're getting coal in your stocking this Christmas.
So I'm going to show you guys another video of the flooding that's going on at the Amazon Center. Like, this makes no sense. You have places in North Carolina right now that don't have access to fresh water because of the hurricanes that hit a few months ago, back in October. And you have these people literally wasting water to remove protesters. Like, this is insane. Amazon is flooding the streets where protesters have gathered with food and supplies. It's currently 28 degrees in Queens. Water released during below freezing temperatures. That is crazy. They might as well come out with the hose and just start spraying people. Look at this. Just wasting water, and for what? This is so sad. They're basically trying to flood them out of there.
What do we want? When do we want them? If we don't get it, shut it down.
One of the largest strikes in Amazon history is going on right now in 4 states. New York, Atlanta, 3 facilities in Southern California, San Francisco, and Skokie, Illinois all decided to participate in the strike that started at 6 a.m. on Thursday. The Amazon employees that are protesting right now said that all they really want is better pay and better work conditions. But Amazon came back and said that most of the people that are out there striking right now, or the 10,000 members a part of the union, don't actually work for Amazon, and they work for the contractors that are contracted to Amazon. The union responded with giving Amazon a deadline of December 15th to come to the negotiating table to work out some type of deal, or at least give them some type of explanation, which they say Amazon blatantly ignored. Amazon also put out a statement saying that the Teamsters had been misleading employees, fabricating the number of employees that they were actually representing to recruit more employees into the union, in an attempt to push a false narrative against Amazon. Jeff Bezos has yet to comment on the situation, and some people seem to believe that once Trump takes office, he'll step in and do something about it, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'll make sure I keep y'all updated.
Today, me and my coworkers walked off the job and went on strike to protest Amazon's unfair labor practices.
Fighting for better pay, better working conditions, fair treatment for all workers.
Our message to Amazon workers at other facilities is to stand up and join the fight. Now is the time. We have a brotherhood behind us, and we're out here ready to fight and ready to take what we deserve.
Tis the season. And if you all can deliver packages, you should be able to afford packages for your family, to afford the things that you need for your babies, for your families, for your neighborhood. And so we're here to support you all and make sure that we do that. And so we're out here in MASPEP, and for anybody that's watching this, show up. Roll up and make sure that we support everybody, that New York has got your back, and that we make sure that everybody rolls up, and that we draw attention to this struggle and this fight.
I came to you 2 weeks ago asking for our union to be voluntarily recognized by Amazon, and the 2 weeks that followed, no response. And legally, that's an unfair labor practice. We're asking Amazon to come with us and bargain and come to the table by December 15th until our needs are met.
We also promote that all unfair labor practices that have been happening at DSP stop immediately, especially at Adam where they've been targeting us. We will be forwarding all evidence to the labor board, and we'll be filing charges against these DSP owners unless all of these unlawful actions stop immediately.
We are also demanding safer trucks, proper equipment, and winter coats.
We need a living wage, actual health care, and real job security.
We need more things like PTO, holidays, and paid vacations. We will not stop until our needs are met.
We will not stop until our needs are met. We will not stop until our needs are met. Who are we? Teamsters. Who are we? Teamsters. Who are we? Teamsters.
You know, you have to respect it. And I guess for me, it's just hard for me to wrap my mind around the corporate greed of it all. It's like Jeff Bezos is one of the richest billionaires out there. Again, there's only so much money you can take with you to the grave. Why not help support the people who have gotten you to that position? And the thing is, it's not just the workers, they're also treating the customers bad. To know that my Amazon Prime money that I pay is not going towards these workers is insane. We pay for Amazon Prime. We still get hit with ads. You go to watch something. Oh, you got to pay an extra $2.99 for another streaming service. It's like Amazon Prime is not even worth it anymore. It was supposed to be, shipping within 24 hours. Now shipping comes within 2 to 3 days if you're lucky. So I think they deserve that. And that is why they're trying to mainly use contractors, because they know if they use contractors, they don't really necessarily have to pay them a living wage. They don't have to give them health benefits, PTO, holiday pay. It's just another way for them to basically squeeze money out of the consumers and pay the employees as little as possible, because they know if they hire them on full time under the Amazon, umbrella, quote unquote, they have to come out of pocket more. And that's what they don't want to do. And so it takes a lot for these people to stand up. They're putting their jobs at risk, their faces out there, to stand up and say, no, this is wrong. We want to work here. We want to do our jobs. But it needs to make sense. We're not robots. We are human beings. And what's funny is that my little sister, I didn't even know this. I talked to her last night about it. And she worked at Amazon at one point in time for the summer. And she said she couldn't do it after a month. She had to quit and go somewhere else. She was just working there, part-time to save up some money. And she was like, it is insane how they run you. Like, literally, you're just timed for everything you do, from breaks to the bathroom. She said by the time you eat your lunch, it's time to come back. She's like, she's never worked in such a high-paced, stressful environment like that, And I think because of what's going on, this is why Amazon, they're one of the main ones pushing for AI. This is why they're having all these robots in warehouses, because they eventually want them to replace people. And it's sad because, again, yes, if you bring in robots to do people's jobs, what are the people going to do for work? What are they going to do to take care of themselves, to sustain their families? This is nothing but greed. None of it makes any sense. Pay these people what they're worth, because you're charging us what you think we're worth, what you think that we're willing to pay. So why is that not trickling down to the employees? It makes no sense to me whatsoever. So like I said earlier, on top of Amazon striking, so is Starbucks. Now, a lot of the baristas, not only are they asking for more money, they're saying they're not even getting hours. You have baristas who have signed up to work full time. They're not getting hours. Part-time workers are barely getting hours. A lot of Starbucks have been shutting down. So now they're coming together.
These strikes started just a few days ago on Thursday and Friday. And, each of these groups of workers is looking for something different. In Starbucks' case, they want to finish negotiating a contract that they had started negotiating earlier this year. In Amazon's case, they're trying just to be recognized as Amazon employees and to begin negotiations, which of course requires the company to recognize them as a union and as employees. Nothing has really changed since these strikes started in terms of either of these companies' positions. What seems potentially to be changing is some of these actions gaining some steam and becoming larger. The Teamsters are reporting that some Amazon warehouse workers are walking out in certain facilities in Queens. That would be significant because so far this has been focused primarily on the drivers. And the Starbucks stores that have organized and are participating in this action are growing to more cities than there were in just the beginning. At first it was just New York, Chicago, and LA. I believe that's grown to include Columbus, Denver, and Pittsburgh. Now, that is where things currently stand, and the question of whether things will move forward depends a little bit on how disruptive these labor actions become, especially in the coming days, the holidays.
Their CEO 10,000 times the average worker's pay. Just nationally, they offered us about 34 cents in raises. Meanwhile, they are offering their CEO 10,000 times the average worker's pay, which is about $50,000 an hour.
We call the shots!
We are out here today to hopefully get Starbucks to resolve the hundreds of ULPs or unfair labor practices that they promised to resolve when we began bargaining that still haven't been, as well as to hopefully get them to make us some better offers at the table. This store on strike is just one of many in 3 of Starbucks' highest business areas to put pressure on the company. It's part of an escalating ULP strike that'll be going on for the next 4 days.
No contract!
Contract,
no coffee! No contract, no coffee! No contract, no coffee!
Why are they protesting?
The company, Starbucks, claims that our proposals are outrageous. We know that at a bargaining table, both sides have to make movement towards the middle. Starbucks has no qualms about paying their new CEO $111 million package, plus put a private jet to his use so he can make weekly staff meetings up north. You can look, we can't get into details about the actual stuff that goes at the table, but if you look at what the company gave all its baristas this year, it was 2%. That doesn't even cover inflation. So what workers are fighting for today is something that, you know, respects and recognizes their hard work, and so that they can technically make a living. That's all people are asking for.
My name is Naomi. I am a shift supervisor at Starbucks, and I am out on the picket line because when my store organized 2 years ago, I couldn't have imagined that the company would still be stalling against good faith bargaining, and I'm ready for real change.
Starbucks CEO makes 10,000 times the median wages of his workers and $57,000 an hour, according to some estimates.
The union successfully shut down the store for today, and we hope you support
company-owned stores in your Los Angeles, Chicago, Seattle, those major cities after negotiations broke down. Their union hitting the company on the final weekend of the holiday shopping season and walking off the job later today. Now, while this strike does begin relatively small, just a number of stores, the number will grow over the next 5 days of escalating strikes. Workers say Starbucks backtracked on an agreement about future organizing and fair pay. And this later offer from Starbucks offers a 2% wage increase and a guaranteed 1.5% increase in future years, but the union saying that's simply not enough. Now, Starbucks claims the union prematurely ended the talks this week, saying in a statement, "We're ready to continue negotiations to reach agreements. We just need the union to return to the table."
Starbucks is refusing to offer its union baristas a living wage in negotiations, and so this morning, baristas walked off the job in Los Angeles, Chicago, and Seattle in a strike that could spread to hundreds of other stores by Christmas Eve if the company doesn't do better in negotiations. Starbucks proposed an economic package with no new wage increases for union baristas and only a 1.5% wage increase in the future. So basically, even if Starbucks doesn't raise any wages over the next few years, the union workers would still get a 1.5% raise. And it's so frustrating that the company is acting like this because we are so close to a contract. Workers have reached over 24 tentative agreements with the company on things like health and safety, attendance policies, just cause protections. But the companies still won't do right on wages, so now workers across the country are walking off.
A little bit louder, 3. We're out here fighting for a contract. 1. We are the union. 2. A little bit louder, 3. We're out here fighting for a contract. No coffee. No contract! No contract! No contract! 1. We are the union. 2. A little bit louder. 3. We're out here fighting for a contract. 1. We are the union. 2.
Friendly reminder not to go to Starbucks for the next couple of days because there is a strike going on, and a boycott, you know, never hurt anybody. And the strike is happening because the company is sort of not negotiating respectfully with the union. They're bringing really insulting proposals forward, so the union said enough is enough. Even though it's Christmas, we're going on strike. So, and I know it's the holidays, nobody wants to think about this, people just want to get their drinks in peace, but that is exactly why the company chose December to cause these problems, because they knew it would be difficult to organize. So, I know no one wants to think about it at this time of year, but please get your coffee somewhere else. There's so many other places to get your coffee. Thank you. And the coffee is better in other places. But you didn't hear it from me. You didn't hear it from me. For whatever it's worth, the CEO of Starbucks makes $57,000 an hour, and I make $17.50. So, consider.
So you guys see it's getting real out here, but I really feel like a lot of these, you know, billionaire CEOs, they're really just going to start trying to replace the everyday man and woman with robots. Amazon is already testing out robots at a lot of their warehouses. A lot of things are being done with robotics. That was one of the issues that the longshoremen had, is that the port of LA They literally made that computerized, nothing but robots down there, and it took a lot of people's jobs. So they were demanding them to stop with the use of AI and robotics for the longshoreman work. And it seems like, you know, Amazon is trying to go that route as well.
Is Amazon replacing their employees with robots? Amazon is testing humanoid robots in its U.S. warehouses. This robot is called Digit. Labor critics say this is just another ruthless attempt by Amazon to get rid of human jobs, but Amazon shot back that it never envisions a future where humans don't work in its fulfillment centers.
So we're in Bridgewater, Massachusetts at an Amazon same-day site, 155,000 square feet. Behind me are the very narrow aisles where it all begins. This is where you're going to find your toilet paper, your dog food, your kitty litter, things like that. There's 230 little blue robots behind me, and they're bringing all the individual items over on these tall stacked yellow carts for individual pickers to take and then send to dispatch. We're at dispatch now. This is where these Amazon employees are putting these little yellow stickers on the boxes to make sure they go on the right route. So every day in the U.S. is an average of 600,000 same-day packages delivered by Amazon. And all of them that come out of the same-day site like this are delivered by gig workers called flex drivers.
So you guys just watched that video, and that is why I hate words like flex and gig workers and side hustles. These are all words where companies use this, and people, you know, the whole hustle culture is so popular on social media. But what people don't understand is this is all game, okay? They are hiring flex workers, gig workers, and everything else. So that way you're not brought on as a regular employee. And when you're not brought on as a regular employee, they don't have to offer you any type of benefits. Now, gig work and side work is cool if you can afford your own benefits. Like Google doesn't give us benefits. We don't get, you know, health insurance, dental, and stuff like that. But a lot of us make enough money where we can pay for our own, which is a blessing. But most people who work side jobs, you know, gig jobs, they don't make as much. So for them, it's a lot for them to pay for, you know, insurance out of pocket that costs as much as somebody's rent. So what people need to do is stay on top of these companies and stop applying for these gig works and these side hustle works, because they need to be hiring people on through the company full time, giving them the benefits that they deserve. You know, the PTO, the vacation days, things like that. So the whole situation is really sad, but I really want to hear from you guys. I want to know y'all's opinions on all of these workers striking, and what do you think will come of this? Do you think that Amazon will buckle and meet them halfway? Or do you feel like eventually they'll just replace them with robots because they're just greedy? And then last but not least, how do y'all feel about the strike that's going on with Starbucks? Are you a Starbucks drinker? Are you also, you know, striking as well to support the workers? So I look forward to reading y'all's comments down below. Don't forget to like the video. Feel free to share the video. Most importantly, make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. And I'll talk to you later. Deuces.
If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.